One of Albuquerque's most prominent urban legends is the haunting of the Hotel Parq Central. Many tales surround the hotel's history, including that of a doctor's mysterious basement residence and employees that never got to leave. The hotel was originally constructed in 1926 as Santa Fe Hospital. Its primary purpose was to treat members of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway Company. Later in the 1940s, it was renamed the ATSF Hospital. In the 1980s, the hotel was turned into a psychiatric hospital after a purchase from a small group of physicians and psychiatrists. It was renamed the Memorial Hospital. It remained a psychiatric hospital for nearly 30 years. The patients consisted not only of adults, but children too. In fact, some sources say it was exclusively a psychiatric hospital for children and teenagers. This is likely the source of people's fear, paranoia, and speculation towards the hotel. It was during this time period that rumors of paranormal activity began to emerge. Patients and staff members reported hearing whispers, seeing things move mysteriously, and some individuals would even wake up with unexplained scratches on their body. There were even reports of mysterious ghostly figures. Memorial Hospital closed in the early 1990s and remained abandoned for nearly 20 years. In 2010, the hospital was purchased and turned into Hotel Parq Central. The inside was completely renovated and modernized. The hotel's past, though, remained a prevalent theme. Many of the hotel's guests and employees have also reported unexplainable phenomena.
Okay. So hello. Can you tell me your name?
Hi, my name is Daniela.
Okay. And so how long have you lived in New Mexico or Albuquerque specifically?
I've been in Albuquerque for about 2.5 years now.
Okay. And have you ever stayed at Hotel Parq Central?
I have not stayed at the hotel, but I have gone there for cocktails.
Okay. And you tried to ask them before about if it's haunted or not?
Yeah, so I went with a couple of friends, and obviously we were curious. We've heard like horror stories, and there's stuff posted all over the internet, and so we asked the front desk lady as we were tipsy and leaving, and she was like, oh, hey, let me escort you guys outside. And so we went outside, and then she proceeded to tell us that there has been employees that have had paranormal encounters as well as guests. So I guess there's about 2 rooms, from my understanding, that get weird noises from what she had said. And then there had been an employee situation where they were locking up, or they never locked the doors, She had mentioned they never lock the doors because it's a hotel. And then there was an instance where this girl was like coming into work and all the fucking doors were locked. And like no one was coming to the door, and she looked in and she sees a janitor with like a mop. And she like went back to her car, was like calling people, was like, what? Who is that guy? Like, what's going on? And they were like, what guy? And that is all that they told me, but she had to leave the premises in order to tell us that.
So that's a pretty good indication that there's probably some sort of urban legend.
Some sort of something going
something
on.
there, because it was a hospital.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Well, we can go tomorrow and try and find out then.
And have a drink
And
for
have a drink
fun.
for fun. Well, thank you, Danny.
You're welcome, Miss Emma Caitlin.
Stories and fairy tales class. I'm doing research on the hotel, and I know that it's like people say that it's haunted and stuff. Are you allowed to talk about it?
We're not allowed to, but I do anyway.
But you do anyways?
It's such an interesting spot. Like,
It's
we
so
have to
interesting.
talk about, and
Yeah.
I've had like weird occurrences, and some of the girls downstairs have as well. I mean, I wouldn't really say that I'm more of a sensitive type to like spirits, but just like even hanging out in the building, like just like all of a sudden the mood will just change and you just don't really know why.
Really?
Yeah, it's like really weird. Like downstairs, I used to actually work at the front desk, so there would be times where I'd be like the only person in the entire like hotel. Like during the holiday season, it was really slow. So you just like feel weird things. Or in the parlor where we have breakfast, there's a mirror, and I have sworn to God, I've seen like so many times I walk by and I'll see someone like walking the opposite direction, but see them in the reflection of the mirror, you know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like,
Oh my gosh.
it was like once I started working up here, it was like super weird. I was like the only one in the kitchen, and I was like, I had a salad in my hand, and I was literally about to turn to take it out. There's this like cabinet in the back, or a shelf that has like water containers, whatever. So I had the salad, and then this metal water container just out of nowhere just like fell onto the salad, and I was like, I didn't even touch it. I looked, there was no water on there. Like, just little occurrences like that to me, I'm like, maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard to kind of tell. Or the third floor of this main building is supposedly like really haunted.
I've heard something about like the janitor and like,
Maybe.
yeah, and like doors unlocking and locking. That's like a big.
There's a possibility, or I've heard like people like get knocks on the door. Like, I don't know how like likely that is.
Right.
Could be just anybody. But did you read up on that like Google story of like the basement in our doctor's residence of this nurse?
I've heard about the nurse and the fact that it was a hospital, but I didn't know about the doctor's. Like, they didn't know it was a doctor's residence.
Oh yeah. So whenever it was the 1926 Santa Fe Railroad Hospital, they had that's where the doctors would stay. But what's weird about that building too is that there's only 9 rooms that people can stay in, but there's countless of doors where you can just like go and like you can't even get into a door.
Really?
So it's like, what the hell's on the other side of that door?
Yeah, that's kind of freaky.
It's super weird. Yeah, it's kind of a weird spot. But this older woman who works downstairs, her name is Madeline. She has short, dark hair. You should try to catch her sometime. She would let you know on some weird times.
Well, thank you so
Great.
much for like filling me in. Thank
A little
you.
bit that I could.
So are the unexplained events for these many individuals simply coincidences magnified by the location's history? Or is Hotel Park Central truly haunted by supernatural activity? The answer may be uncertain, but what is certain is that the hotel is a local landmark with a fascinating past, which gave rise to one of the region's most captivating urban legends.